Welcome back to A Corporate Time. So Daniel made a post on the BDM page about the worst candy people have gotten.
Well, it was less about candy and more about, and I'll describe.
Craziest garbage
Oh,
was
okay.
the
Yeah,
verbiage.
Craziest garbage. Did you guys all receive, and this may have been just in my generation, I would get every year, and they were terrifying. There were these little pamphlets that religious people, they're about the size of like a box of matches or something, and religious people would throw them into your bag, and then you'd get home, and there'd be this little, it was a comic book, a tiny comic book, but like the worst, like it was like a girl, and then she goes and she takes drugs, and then she gets BF'd behind a dumpster, and then she's roasting in hell, and the devil's like stabbing her with a pitchfork, and all these drug addicts are dying, and people are screaming. And
well, that's pretty exciting.
yeah, no, it was like, but as a little kid, you know, you're like 4 or 5.
You just want candy.
Yeah, you just want like.
It's propaganda.
Yeah, you just want some Reese's and stuff like that. You get like, propaganda. The other one that I used to get that I deemed trash garbage, just straight garbage, and this one happened every year. And I don't understand how this person did it, but I would describe this person as being a lunatic.
Uh-huh.
It was a piece of saran wrap. I'm making a square with my fingers about the size of a standard dinner napkin.
Okay.
Piece of saran wrap. And then the person would put either a nickel or 4 or 5 pennies in it. And then they'd take it and cinch it at the top and wrap a piece of string around it. And you would get a piece of saran, not a bag, not a Ziploc bag, a piece of saran wrap cinched with a little piece of string with a couple of coins in it.
No.
Trash. Straight
It
trash.
seems harder than just buying a small bag of candy, right?
But I remember the time when bags of candy, like they sold candy, but not like they do now. Now you get like the assorted bags. It's all set up, ready to go.
Fun size.
You used to have to, it's seemingly, my dad used to have to buy like hundreds of bags of candy to make it happen.
It's weird that it seemingly took a long time for the big candy to make the assorted bags of
Big
candy.
ones. Big
because
ones.
I remember like the 80s and 90s, early 90s, it wasn't the big bags of,
I think it was just
assorted
regular candy. I don't even remember. Now, please don't scream in my face I'm wrong, but I think as a 47-year-old man living in Florida his entire life, I remember a time when you would go to Walmart, Publix, Winn-Dixie to get your candy, and you'd go down the candy aisle, and they just put more candy. It wasn't special candy. It wasn't Halloween candy. It didn't have any branding on it. It didn't have pumpkins on it. It was just they put more candy, and you bought the candy they had to give out for Halloween. It wasn't like, hey.
It wasn't branded for Halloween.
Yeah, it wasn't like an assorted bag with little cartoon witches all over it. It's got 3 Musketeers and Milky Way. It wasn't any of that. It was just we stocked up and put more Reese's, more M&Ms, and you still have to buy the same old stuff.
Yeah.
And then give it out.
Well, I think that's when candy was made in America. It's like it was made in Hershey, Pennsylvania, by like a union worker that was getting paid a reasonable. Now we got Chinese candy, limitless.
Yeah, we used to. It seemed like we used to get that, but I would get those are some of the worst things I would get. Teachers around my neighborhood would give us pencils. I don't care about that. One lady would give you get like. The old people that were living in the subdivision I lived in DeLand, it was called Brandywine. It was like a middle class, just your standard middle class America subdivision, but it was considered like middle or slightly upper middle, right? And there was this one lady, and we'd go to her house, and she would give out the big bars, like the novelty size 2-foot Hershey bars.
Yeah.
And she seemingly had cases of them, right?
Yeah,
and you'd
go to Costco and get those.
Well, you'd share that with your friends, and then like I remember like my buddy Jonathan Taylor would come over, and he'd like, hey, hit the old lady's house. He's on his BMX. He's like, she's got the full size. Get over there. We'd get on our Diamondbacks and shoot through the neighborhood. Awesome.
So Sam, I'm curious because you've told us little glimpses about your childhood.
You're going to do this early? You're going to start with the sadness early?
In the past decade, I've heard little glimpses of Sam's childhood.
Tiny lightning
strikes.
I'm
like, whoa. The scariest thing of Halloween?
Yeah, little lightning strikes. Finding people
but it all does make sense. It all forms the picture that I want. If you told me something totally different, I'd be like, whoa.
Some would say it has forged an iron woman. Right? You know, I mean, there's some strength to that.
A lot of trauma here.
Yeah, well,
and so I'm curious.
Rising from the ashes.
What was your trick-or-treat childhood like?
Didn't last very long. We didn't celebrate very much. Even like birthdays, those ended at around 7 or 8 years old.
So, 7 or 8?
Yeah, I only had a few years to celebrate.
All right,
things
you're old
like
enough
Halloween.
you're old enough to sit quietly like I do on my birthday.
Easter and birthdays. So like I think every year I was a witch. We just recycled the same costume every year.
Some things never change.
And we would go to the nicer neighborhoods because you're not getting anything good in Taft.
Yeah.
Now, did your parents
could actually get drugs on accident?
Oh, yeah.
They didn't mean to give it to you.
Fell out of their pocket.
Right.
Did you do the stereotypical trick or treat from house to house?
Yeah.
Everything? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I thought there may be like a little bit of like, hey, this is too risky. Someone may kill us out here.
Well, it wasn't like that then, and I don't think she
parents
forged
don't give a damn.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, it wasn't my choice. It was, we're going to drop you off at this block and meet us a few streets down.
Gotcha.
I never got dropped off. I always rode my bike. Another thing, I'm glad to hear that you had a forever costume. I, too, had a forever costume, which is weird, but I was always Dracula. I was Dracula like 7 times.
You told me about this, and it was because your mom's friend knew how to do makeup well?
Yeah, he's still alive. I reached out to him, but it's funny how like old people...
Well, you had a cool costume. I just had like a black bag dress and like, remember those old fake plastic witch fingers you would have to put on? Do you remember those?
I think McDonald's is giving them out in their Unhappy Meal.
I would have those. They had warts on them and big red nails.
That's cool. I mean, my mom...
No, it was cheap garbage from Dollar Tree.
At our church, Trinity United Methodist Church in DeLand, my mom was the organist, and the choir director was this gentleman named David Martin. Okay. Really good singer, massive man. He was the guy. Remember the stories I would tell about the guy that was like 6'6" that would go to the wrestling matches with my dad, and then my dad would mouth off and then stand behind him? Yeah, that's David Martin. So David Martin was choir director, singer, really good musician, great guy. He was also a makeup artist, and he like knew what he was doing. So my mom would dye my hair with this pink bottle. See if you can find pink bottle black hair dye. I think old ladies use it. It's like a rinse out. It's like a rinse.
Okay.
And they'd rinse my hair and make it black, and then he'd make a widow's peak like near my hair, like to make me look like old school Universal Studios Dracula.
Yeah.
I had the pants, I had the shirt, I had the medallion, I had the blood dripping, I had the teeth.
Is it Clairol professional jazzing semi-permanent hair color?
That might be it. But yeah, they'd rinse it.
Does this look like the bottle?
Totally, yeah,
Okay.
sort of like that. Yeah, so you rinse it in. It would rinse right out the next day with shampoo, but like I'd have jet black hair and it was awesome. And they'd powder my face and put the real makeup on me, and I had like the whole outfit. And it looked so good that I was just like, well, I'm just gonna be this every year because it's great.
I feel like,
and it's classic Dracula. Who doesn't like a good Dracula?
80s and 90s kids dressed more random and not like big brand marketing characters.
Right, you're right.
Where it's like, it was either like the stereotypical Dracula or ghost, or
it was a little more generic,
or like hobo, and then or like cop, in a lot less like Superman, Spider-Man,
right?
Iron
Characters
Man,
from movies.
You know what I hate the most is I hate, and I think your boys do it, and so does May. I hate the fleeting, like me choosing Dracula gets higher marks in my creative mind because everybody knows what Dracula is. But if you're like some character for like Among Us or some video game that not everybody knows, and Maisie does this too. She's like, I want to be
very niche,
like my character in Roblox, and I'm like, that is straight dumb. It's dumb. Nobody knows what it is, and it's just a way for you to go buy some more Roblox garbage. The Roblox thing is out of control in my house now, too. So.
Well, what's even worse now is we transitioned into like what Max wants to be this year, which is the alien holding the human. Chinese
the inflatable thing.
Inflatable garbage.
They do make me laugh, though. They do make me laugh.
Yeah, but now
they make me laugh.
But so now it's not even like
scary or spooky.
It's just
a
Chinese
lot of them are
garbage.
like silly costumes now.
Yeah,
especially for kids.
But they're not even like a brand or a character people recognize.
Right.
It's just like I am dressing up like Chinese factory garbage because a cheap costume that you buy at Spirit, and it'll break literally halfway into the night of Halloween.
Oh, I know.
The fan will break down or whatever. It's just all plastic, off-gassing.
Yeah, maybe that's why it makes me sad, because I would have to go there. Like I get done with school. Let's say that Halloween was like on a Wednesday night. I get done with school. get home, do my homework, because that's how my mom was, right? Knock that out. Then I'd have to get in the car. Mom would take me over to David's house, sit down in the chair, do the hair, then he'd do the I mean, like, it took like 2-3 hours before I even hit the streets to get my Dracula right. And then once it was right, though, because he knew what he was doing, he would almost like clear coat the makeup so it wouldn't fall off, so I was good to go. And it was a great little costume, man. Like, I rocked it for a very long time. You didn't have a forever costume, like cowboy or like...
No. I think
Andrea's forever costume was like hobo. That's a classic, right?
Yeah.
That's a forever costume.
Yeah.
Legacy costumes, maybe.
As I've lived my life now, I didn't think about it till the last minute, basically every year, and then just night before figured it out.
Okay. Do you have one this year?
No, I don't.
Okay.
I have two. Literally next week.
I have two this year, but my first one, my Liquid Death costume came in. It's pretty good. It's good, but the band, I talked about the band. I don't think it fits my head. I got a tiny head.
Yeah.
So it doesn't sit on my head right. And then my turtle costume that I'm doing for the slow children at play.
Yeah.
All my stuff from Amazon hasn't come in yet, but it should be here soon. But Maisie doesn't want me to be the turtle because she says it'll be inappropriate because you can see the outline of my penis.
Thinking about that meat.
Yeah. It all comes back to Dwight Howard thinking about that meat.
You have to wear some shorts or something. It's
going to be too hot.
No, just slide on some green shorts.
I don't have any green shorts. What do you mean, like put some green and ones over it?
Yeah, just something.
That doesn't look like the Turtle Man. The Turtle Man's nude.
No, I know. Yeah. But the Turtle Man also doesn't have a tuna can mushroom.
Oh my God.
We can't really see it. You can't really see it because of how big my bush is. So gotta you can't. It all blends in there.
So back to
it just looks like I'm smuggling cotton balls.
Daniel's post. I was scanning through it and I saw Andrea posted that one year when she was a kid, someone gave her walnuts
in a napkin.
I feel like I got walnuts before too.
In a napkin. Andrea gets the worst stuff. Andrea got a gift from a family member one time. I got to tread lightly here. Andrea. No, I'll say it. I'm just going to say it. Her dad one year for Christmas gave her a pot. I think it was like one pot. Or like a fry pan. Like a fry pan. It was like she's like 12. Gave her like a Dutch oven.
It's a frying pan?
Is she in there? She'll tell you what it is.
Here's my problem with the walnuts in the napkin is that if...
Walnuts in a napkin!
If...
They got a walnut tree. That's what it is.
Well, but
anybody that had an orange or tangerine tree, you got those.
It's rotten fruit. All fruit that's from someone's yard is garbage.
People would give out like loose like circus peanuts, not even in a bag. They just like threw a couple circus peanuts in your pillowcase.
Loose candy. I used to get loose candy.
Did you guys do pillowcases or did you have bags?
I would do a pillowcase.
Yeah, we were pillowcase kids.
Yeah.
You don't want it to break, and snatchers would break the bottom of your bag if you had a plastic one. The trick was not to steal your candy because there's candy everywhere. They rip the bottom so all your candy dumps out.
Yeah.
Well, we didn't have a never-ending amount of plastic and plastic products everywhere in the 80s and 90s.
Sometimes you get like a fake plastic ring, like
spider
ring.
Andrea checking in.
Or an eyeball.
Number one worst gift she ever received for Christmas? Binoculars.
Binoculars.
Number 2 worst gift she ever received? A pot. Number 3, kitchen supplies.
Man, they're really
at least it ties into the
patriarchy
pot.
is high over there.
The binoculars was an outlier.
The binoculars was considered the kick-ass one, right? Kick-ass.
Like when you get the binoculars and you're like, oh, thank you. Do you go and put them and you look? Do you look through them? Right?
Yeah.
You're like,
ah. You're like, oh wow, what are these? 8X? 10X? What are these?
So back to the walnuts. Why not just not answer the door?
Oh, if you don't, yeah.
Like that's an option.
That's a new thing too. Let's talk about that. That's a new thing. Sam and I have talked about how, like,
I guess you're right.
I've done it before where I'm not in the mood or something's going on, right? And you're not giving out candy. I think actually the year my mom passed away, like, or something was, I don't remember what it was, but I remember a time when I wasn't going to be home. You just turn the lights out.
Yeah.
That didn't used to be a thing. Back in the day, it was almost like everybody guilted you into, like, we got to be there, turn the lights on, get your candy.
Got to have something to give out.
Now people are it's okay to say no.
But people would come to the door when I was a kid and be mad that you were knocking on their door because they didn't know, they forgot it was Halloween or whatever.
Or they didn't celebrate, like Jehovah's Witness or something.
But they would still open the door and be like, what? Oh, I don't do that or whatever. It'd be like some grumpy old man or granny. And then you'd have to run to the next house. But now I feel like first, we don't even go to the houses unless they have their lights on and Halloween decorations.
Right.
And most people are now, even like COVID started, people like going out and sitting in their driveway giving out candy. And I feel like a lot of people just stuck with that tradition.
I like that.
And not even bother like going in and out of that. And then it's like usually a street and they all participate.
Yeah.
And so you just go from one driveway to the other, which is a better way to do it. Like, why even answer or go and knock on random doors anymore? Like, just go
for
to
the shock value. You guys didn't get scared by people when you were kids, where they would pop out in their costume.
I do sort of miss that.
Yeah.
I do sort
they
of
don't
miss
do that anymore.
No, well, I mean, you end up being a lawsuit or something. It's like everything sort of changed, right?
I don't know.
Halloween's not scary anymore.
No, it's not.
Lame.
Scaring people used to be more of part of it. Now it's just like a corporate, like, here's your candy. All right, thank you.
Nobody wants to be like, you scare people sometimes now, and then they like look around, they're mad, like they're pissed off or something.
Yeah, I guess, but I feel like you could still do it. It's just no one does. Like, if someone jumped out and maybe there's too many people like the houses that like, think about it in Baldwin. Like, it's just a never-ending line. You're just standing in line for a house.
Dude, I'll have...
you don't knock on the door, wait.
No less than... I'm trying to hit this number correctly. I might have, passing my door, 10,000 people?
Yeah, no, it's insane.
More? 50,000? I could have 50,000 people.
On the super popular blocks, like with the mansions that all put out stages and whatnot.
Right behind us. Yeah.
There is just, it looks like Sanford Porch Fest of people.
Right.
And it's just like, there's no, hey, let me knock on this door and see if they're home. It's just everybody's standing out, and then it's a damn machine.
Yeah.
Which is fun to witness, but I do like the old school walking up to and no kids around.
Yeah.
Like, did you remember a bunch of kids being around when you were a kid? Like,
My dad would have a line of people. My dad would also do something very Florida Dad that I love, that I think you should steal because it's very funny, and you could pull this off instantly. My dad would wear his boat shoes. He'd wear his tiny khakis. You have tiny khakis on today?
Yeah.
Perfect. You have a polo. Perfect.
Yeah.
You got it. Okay. You need a necklace, gold necklace. You need a bracelet. And then my dad would, for Halloween, because it was his favorite holiday, he'd spend $500 on candy. He would just wear a witch hat. That's it. He'd do standard Florida Dad, looked like, Jimmy Buffett's bass player. And then he'd have a witch hat on, and that was his contribution. He would just wanted to give the kids loads of candy. He just wanted to load them up. So, and Pearson is predominantly, I think, like, migrant area right down the road in DeLand, and we'd get a lot of, like, the workers that worked the farms, the Fern area around the Pearson area would come up and then go through that area. My dad would get thousands of kids, and he loved it. Just loved buying.
You ever do any neighborhood DIY hay rides?
No. At the church, we do some hay rides.
Yeah.
I did that at some of the adult Halloween parties as a kid, and they threw all the little kids on a back of a lawnmower trailer.
Yeah, that's what it was.
And then all the drunk adults would just, like, literally throw candy at you like they're playing baseball and try and knock the kids off the hayride. Taft is an interesting place.
So what else did people write in that post
about? Let's see. We got a lot of people got the pamphlets. Some people got McDonald's gift certificates, which is awesome.
I used to get McDonald's gift certificates too. It was for French fries, and they were rad. It'd be like free large fry, and I'd be like, total score.
How do you even get those? You buy them from McDonald's?
McDonald's used to sell a coupon book around Halloween with the buckets, before everybody started, like, going crazy for it. And they'd sell these fry coupons. And yes, I would get those. Thank you for unlocking that memory. I remember
that's brilliant marketing, man.
Yeah,
McDonald's has always done well with marketing. Think about that's a good idea.
And it was totally free. It wasn't like buy a hamburger and you get fries. Like, you could walk in there with it.
Just get the fries.
Give it to the lady, and they'd bring you out hot fries on a thing. And I'll be
I feel like I remember that with
great.
Frosties. Wasn't that a thing where they would give out like Frosties?
I'd like that
too.
Like
a small Frosty?
I would like that too. Frosty or fries is way better than candy. I want your candy.
I mean, all fast food should just give out an endless amount of this to people to give out to kids, and it was like them giving you a free marketing.
Slightly better than candy. It's slightly better than candy.
Yeah, like
I'd rather maybe eat a hamburger than.
They're saying Wendy's does still do the Frosty thing.
No, but I want the I want the fries. I want the old school McDonald's. It was a little pamphlet, and you'd rip them out.
I'll tell you what I'm going to do this year, too, is because we'll go trick-or-treating and then we'll come back.
You're going to be mad when I tell you what Andrea's doing.
Well,
she's doing it again.
But this year I'm buying a couple decks of Pokemon cards.
Oh, good idea.
And they're only $8, right, for a deck of 60 cards.
They make them now in bags for Halloween.
Yeah. Oh, really?
They do. They're already ahead of you, buddy.
And because
great idea.
I feel like one Pokemon card is the value to each individual kid is higher than one piece of candy.
I would agree.
When they have bags of candy.
I'd be pissed if I got a card.
No, my sons would be excited.
Have a few kids that don't play Pokemon.
Right.
No, well, I mean everybody.
Mostly boys, right?
I think
I don't think little girls are playing Pokemon.
I don't think Maisie gives a damn about your Pokemon.
Hold on, my
she
niece
gets to work, and Maisie wants you to
both my nieces play Pokemon or have Pokemon cards.
Maisie wants a coupon for a spa day or a massage. That's what she wants. I want an old lady.
That and a hairnet. Keep my hair.
Yeah, Maisie wants like a scented candle, like an old woman.
Or a little scented bar of soap.
I like the Pokemon card idea, dude.
Because I just feel like if my sons got a Pokemon card, they would value it way more than a single serving Snickers square.
I admire you for not pumping more sugar out there. You know, like I like what Andrea's doing.
Bags. I mean, the endless bags of candy, and then they come home. They're gonna value, and when they pour it all out, and they have that one Pokemon card, they're gonna be like, "Oh, I guarantee you."
I think so.
Because they're not gonna pick up every Snickers and be like, "Oh," you know, they're gonna look at the outlier.
No, well, like Andrea's giving away. Do I have it up here? Here's one from the collection of last year. I took this one out because it's inappropriate, but Andrea's giving away.
Eggplant emoji.
Oh my God!
We made these inappropriate.
Dwight Howard.
But yeah, this is the Dwight Howard. Andrea's giving out tiny Chinese plastic erasers that are shaped. The kids go crazy because they come apart.
Are they all eggplants?
No, they're not all eggplants. But like they're just all like different things. They're like emojis,
eggplant,
cars,
banana, cucumber.
Yeah, eggplant, banana,
man, they're all phallic.
Dildo, penis.
Going on with the thread, this one says, my grandfather had a wheel with 1 cent to a dime on it and had the kids spin it for their Halloween treat. He thought it was so clever and generous. 10 cents was a lot of money back in his day, but this was the 90s and kids were visibly upset.
Well, yeah.
You get a dime.
4 cents.
Oh, man. Oh, you should do a wheel, Tom.
You should do a wheel. What'd you do with your wheel, dude? You had an expensive-ass one.
The problem is it takes too long, and the parents get mad. Like, the parents are standing there like, come on, move on.
You're right.
Yeah, they just give them something, and I want to get home and drink.
Yeah, we're doing, this year, I don't know if Andrea's in the chat room, but we're doing erasers. We're doing some candy, and then we're doing poppets because the kids still love it.
Is everyone going on Halloween night because it's a Tuesday this year?
Yeah. We're doing a Tuesday, yeah.
Yeah,
I don't like that going to Saturday thing.
Yeah,
sorry, we're not open. We're doing Halloween only.
It's the society has all, for the most part said, okay, we're fine with one night and it's going to be Halloween. Like you can't just start spreading it out.
I feel like it was always like that when I was a kid. It didn't matter if it was a school night or not.
Absolutely was. And then we hit a soft spot where everybody's like, let's change it to the Saturday. And everybody's like, shut up.
Yeah.
It felt like that, right? It felt like for a minute we were teetering on whether or not it was going to get moved. And I think most people stood up and said, enough is enough.
But like the History Center and like the malls and corporations, they'll do it. So
Saturdays,
if you if you want to go
that's different,
to the mall or the History Center, like you can go on the Saturday.
That's different. That's an event.
And they are advertising that. But don't go to random houses on this on the Saturday of Halloween.
Last year it happened to me.
Yeah,
it was little kids.
What'd you do? Did you give them candy?
I didn't even talk about this. It was little kids, and we did. The candy was already, and Andrea's so organized. Everything was already by the door, ready to go.
I'll give them candy.
I'm like,
I'm not gonna be
I'm not gonna be a
Scrooge.
dick.
Wrong day.
Although that does make me laugh.
Yeah.
Slamming the door and a kid's
it was a baby.
You guys listen to my husband. He
kid.
literally unplugged the lights as there were kids at our doorbell.
Oh, I love that. You told me about that. I love that.
Yeah.
I think that's
funny.
funny.
Doesn't it give him a little joy giving some candy?
No,
we didn't have any. We didn't have any candy.
It gives them the joy seeing their faces when they go unlit.
Hold on. What if I've got extra candy laying around everywhere in my house?
In your truck.
You got a bunch of Werthers over there.
What if I brought you some candy? Would you bring it home just to spread the Halloween joy? Would Travis do it?
He wouldn't do it. I'd have to do it.
No, but I want him to do it.
Like she doesn't work enough. You're like,
Like
here,
the
give
girl
this
is
candy
hard.
out.
He'll have the door open so they can see him watching TV on the
I like that.
He's watching TV, drinking hot coffee.
Yeah.
Tiny shorts.
Yeah, black collar, black.
Tiniest of shorts.
Watching the news. Door
Loud,
open.
loud, real loud. What else we got on there? Anything
we
else?
have their dentist down the street gave out toothbrushes.
I didn't mind that because normally if the dentist gave you something, we had a dentist in my subdivision as well, and he would give you a toothbrush, but he didn't cheap out because I'm sure he was stealing them from his practice or just he paid for them anyway.
They give them
so
like
they were
promotional
good.
stuff.
They were like Oral-B. It was like again with Tom's theory, because it was different and nice. I was like, oh, a bright blue brand new toothbrush. This is better than Nerds or M&Ms.
It is.
Regular M&Ms, can we all agree that regular milk chocolate tiny M&Ms are the worst candy, the worst of the premium candies to get? They're so boring.
They are boring.
I like them.
Do you like them?
Yeah.
Wow, you're like one of one for me.
Well, the worst candies are
Tootsie Roll.
The Tootsie Rolls are bad.
Nailed it. Flavored Tootsie Rolls are even worse than the chocolate ones.
Oh, I would hate when I got
flavored
the flavored
Tootsie
ones.
Rolls. Andrea still, she'll bring it up this week. She's still mad at me for flushing those Tootsie Rolls down the toilet to make a funny video for Tom and Dan. Remember, I threw the Tootsie Rolls in there. I flushed. I was like, they don't go down the toilet. She's like, they don't go down.
How do you feel about Sixlets?
They're tiny chocolate balls, right?
Yeah. They're almost like M&Ms, but not quite.
Yeah, I'm not.
Well, but anything chocolate, I feel like is
Sweet Tarts, Smarties.
That's superior. Chocolate's superior to the
Yeah.
Smarties and all the I call them like the sugar powder.
What about
Haribo?
Haribo gummy bears?
Oh no, that's better than. I feel like that's one
Any
step
kind of
above
gummy,
chocolate.
right? Any kind of gummy is
Yeah,
better.
yeah. Like, and they do gummy eyeballs and worms and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And my sons, I feel value that
The
the
gummies,
highest.
yeah. Macy's a gummy girl too. I think the kids these days, they're not crazy about the chocolate like we were. For me, the hunt was always Reese's. That's what you were hunting for. The 2 cup, just the regular orange 2 cup.
And also, I feel like this doesn't happen because I haven't ever seen it in my son's bags.
Okay.
But back in the 80s and 90s, every once in a while, you pour out your bag and you get one like golden wrapped granny chocolate.
Oh, granny coin.
Yeah.
No, not a coin, but like, they make chocolates like in the 80s and 90s, I feel. Maybe they still do, but they're
like a bell?
Yeah, like a fancy, like wrapped in gold foil.
Yeah.
And like there's a ribbon around it, but
Yeah.
and there's just like some dark chocolate. It tastes disgusting as a kid because it was like dark, high quality.
Yeah, it was
like,
probably good chocolate.
Swedish
yeah,
chocolate.
But I didn't want that with the trash chocolate.
You gotta go to Aldi and get that good chocolate.
Yeah. But I remember getting like one golden wrapped, like thick, dark chocolate. It was like a dinner chocolate.
I also remember my mother bringing me one year to. You'll have to look up this, Sam, to see if I remember it correctly. Fish Memorial Hospital. And X-raying my bag of candy.
No one does that anymore, right?
We did it. I remember I put it on. I remember I did think it was pretty cool because I got to see my bag go through the thing.
Did you do it because it was cool, or did your mom do it because she thought that there was a razor blade?
I think my mom did it because there was no concept of just I don't think she. This was like a new fear, right? So I think my mom was actually doing it to make sure that I wasn't going to consume a razor blade. I think so. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, because even the urban legends would spread around.
Yeah.
Although now it's fentanyl. Like I remember, I got this from relatives, like screenshots of news stories of like. They're giving out like Easter colored fentanyl, and then I'm like, no one's giving out. No one's giving out fentanyl.
The old Easter fentanyl.
Also, if I know people that are opioid addicts, they're not giving it away.
No,
exactly.
They can't give it away.
Yeah.
They
People don't
want
give
it
out their
real
drugs.
bad.
They do not give out their drugs.
And if they were giving it away, they'd be looking for it. They get it first.
Yeah.
They'd be there at 6 a.m.
Yeah, and all of the houses in my neighborhood had at least 2 or 3 homemade, and we talked to Mo about this, homemade of their oh my god.
Nope, there he is.
My god, I scared myself. Mo, we talked to Mo a little bit about this, but like we had 2, maybe 3 different haunted houses that went through people's homes.
Yeah.
Like you would enter through their garage and walk through the back.
I never got one of those.
And then you'd end up coming around the back and then back through their gate. And then then you get your candy at the end, and there'd be like everybody participate. Like little brother would have the chainsaw, sister was dressed like a witch, mom was a witch, dad was, chopping up meat or something.
There's got to be.
Or like homemade treats. You would get like a homemade Rice Krispie treat.
Got that a lot. Cookies a lot. Anything else
caramel
weird
apples
in there? That
what else do we have here? We have an open pack of Pop-Tarts. Was one of them.
I saw that one. That's
Again,
sad.
we just don't answer the door. Like if that's all you have, just let them leave. They'll eventually leave. Even through all times of trick or treating, there was always people that never came to the door. You didn't have to answer it.
Right. That's true.
A handful of peanuts straight from the jar.
That's not bad. Actually.
Pennies and loose change. Crab apples.
What is a crab apple?
I don't know.
I think it's some sort of variety
like
of
a smaller
apple. Yeah, like a tiny,
like
disgusting
they're
apple.
little tiny.
Like a Fuji apple.
Yeah.
I got
a loaf of bread.
Ooh, a whole loaf?
That's a drunk dad.
Holy smokes. A box of Little Debbie's. That's good. You got a whole box of Little Debbie's?
Damn. Fudge rounds? Yeah, I know whose house that was.
Homemade popcorn. UNICEF donation boxes.
Okay, homemade popcorn, you just unlocked another memory. We would get homemade popcorn, but it's better than you think. It wasn't the popcorn ball, which was garbage. I'd get a couple of those. Popcorn balls they taste terrible. It's stale popcorn. But we did have a guy, and my dad liked this guy because my dad was a popcornman. This guy would set up his popcorn machine in the driveway, and as you pulled up, he was making fresh popcorn.
Oh, that's cool.
And he had the movie bags. So he'd give you a movie bag of popcorn. He wouldn't fill it up all the way, and you just roll it down, pop that in your bag, and you got fresh,
or a snack while you're walking.
Yeah, you got hot popcorn. That was pretty awesome. That guy was great.
Ross said, we had a guy who would dress up like the Easter Bunny and give out boiled eggs. Guess what does not travel well in a pillowcase full of candy? Boiled eggs.
I like that.
That's the crazy old man that
trying to be funny.
Is trying to troll, right?
Yeah, he's trying to be funny.
Do you
have an egg? Do you have an egg?
Yeah, you don't think kids really wanted a hard-boiled egg. Although my sons really do like some hard-boiled eggs.
Your kids are old men.
So does
Werther's Originals and boiled eggs.
So does Maisie. Maisie calls them Grammy eggs because my mom used to make them for her all the time. She'll peel it and just wolf down. I hate hard-boiled. God, there's nothing I hate more. It's a fart. It's a boiled fart.
Hormel chili can.
Well, yeah.
I would take that. I'll take a chili can.
But that's a troll too. Like if you give a
funny.
kid a
can
chili
of beans,
can,
give him a can of beans.
A box of raisins, popcorn ball, a rock.
That's the old Charlie Brown.
Yeah.
Are there some? The thing that used to make me really sad, and I'm sure this is like worse than ever. And we get a couple of these in Baldwin, and I don't know how other people handle these. But one of the reasons why I think even Andrea switched to like you said, Pokemon cards, erasers, fidget spinners, Pop-Its, something that's not candy, is because we do get a fairly high concentration of the kids that have all kinds of special like dietary restrictions and stuff. We get those people where like the kid goes to grab them and the mom, I've seen it with my own eyes, I've heard it with my ears, and the mom will be like, are those gluten-free or like something like that?
Or a peanut allergy.
Yeah, and I have to just tuck it in my head like,
well, the thing is like
we would just
if
grab
you have
everything.
a severe, deadly peanut allergy, trick-or-treating's not for you.
Right, right.
Like it's just, there's some things you
That's
can't
not
do.
very inclusive, Tom.
Well, I'm just saying, it's just, you can't do it. If like when my son is allergic to red ants, we stay away from giant open fields.
You're not
in the
taking
sun.
him to the ant festival, right?
Yeah.
Are you allowed to bring peanut butter to school?
I don't think so.
My son, we've never had a class, I guess, with someone with a peanut allergy, so there's never been a restriction.
Yeah, but what about, they go to eat lunch at the cafeteria, right? You don't know all the kids in the cafeteria.
We've never, ever been told.
Well, that is Castleberry. They don't give a damn about their kids over there.
I freaked out a little bit.
We've never, like, the stereotype, I can't send my son with a peanut butter jelly sandwich. We've never got that memo or any sort of information.
I don't think we have either, but I remember when it was just me and I wasn't in control of lunches, I was thinking about it, and I was like, I don't know what I can do or not do.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I'm allowed to send that.
No, you can do anything.
Thank you. I appreciate you believing in me.
Yeah. I mean, there's no way for them to really even manage it. Crystal said that she went to school, volunteered one day a month ago or something, and she went into the cafeteria by accident because she didn't know where to go during lunch.
Yeah.
And she's like, there's one lady in there, and she's overwhelmed. They're all going crazy,
jumping around like monkeys.
Yeah. And then she is just overwhelmed, and so the kids are just, it's the Lord of the Flies.
Yeah, it's just wild.
Piggy's
head on a spike.
So there's no way anybody would know what you send in there.
What were your costumes? Because I've seen one of you as a cowboy. That's the only one I've seen.
Yeah, Tommy, actually, we saved that one costume from when I was a kid.
That's
because
pretty
it's
neat.
like some costume that my grandma bought and when she went to Europe, and it was like real leather. You know what I'm saying?
It's nice.
And so we kept that one, and Tommy wore it one year. But for the most part, my grandma made a couple of my costumes where she used to make my clothes too every once in a while. And it was only it was only because she was a seamstress and she liked sewing. But she made me a Ninja Turtle costume one time with the stuffing and the muscles. It was just the top.
That's cool. That's all you need. It's Florida. It's hot.
And then other than that, I feel like once I got older than 10, I was just one form of I think I was a shark bite victim one year.
That's a good one.
You know that shirt you get in Sanibel Island that is bright white gildan, and it says shark attack, and then it has some slits on the side with blood stain on it.
And people are like, oh, wow. Look at that.
I feel like back...
That's cheapo, bro.
In the early 90s, a T-shirt used to have way more value.
It did.
You get a T-shirt, you're like, whoa!
I had a T-shirt that had a novelty. It looked like piano keys on the front of it. I believe I saw it at Kmart. It had novelty piano keys in it, that had been sewn into it.
Yeah.
And then on the front of it, it said, what did it say? Something like always on key or something like that. Yeah. And I bought it. I was like, this is going to change my life. I'll get all the girls when I wear their shirt. And everybody loved it. But if I wore that shirt now, you guys would literally, you'd rip it off of me and bully me.
I just feel like there was less... there wasn't as many shirt factories as there are now.
Too many shirt factories. I agree with you.
Somewhere in the late 90s and early 2000s, shirts got devalued. I feel like they were just they were pumped out too much. The market was lousy.
You know what did
shirts.
it? You know who ruined it? Radio stations giving out shirts for free.
Yeah.
When you're firing, 10,000 white Corona shirts into a sea of lawn care guys, then you're devaluing, you're dropping the price of the currency. One of my favorite costumes that I did that involved me having to go to an Army-Navy store in Daytona Beach with my dad to get the last parts was I was a ninja. And I believe it was Al's Army-Navy, and I don't know which one it is in Daytona. Whatever the one in Daytona that's Army-Navy, it's right past used to be right past the Krispy Kreme place by the frisbee golf course.
Yeah.
There was an Army-Navy store that was there, and I went in there, and we bought me, the guy said it was real, but he's like, this here is a real ninjer mask. Real ninja mask. I had me a real ninja mask. My dad couldn't say ninja; he said ninjer. So I had a real ninja mask, but it came with two parts. You know, ninja masks come with two parts.
I say ninja with a hard R. I'm a hard R ninja.
Careful. And so, did you know the first part was the sleeve that would go over your head? And then it had the eye slits. And you pull that down and tuck it in your sweatshirt or whatever. And then it had a cloak that came over the top, and you'd pull it down and tie it under your chin. And it would give that point. You know how, if you look at a real ninja, they have, a hood.
Yeah.
And I had my dad got me real ninja from the Army-Navy store. And I had that with black sweat. It was awesome, dude. It was badass.
Now that I think about it, my sons don't even have their Halloween costumes.
Come
on, man.
That's
how
much.
No, I mean, they'll get them. It's just I haven't even mentioned that we need to get them. They're my sons.
See you know what? Get the costumes and tuck them away and see if they bring it up to you.
Well, they haven't really even decided yet. They've flippantly mentioned what they could want to be, but
you don't give them any deadlines. You don't say like, "Hey."
No deadlines.
Okay.
The Van household.
All right. All right.
Zero
See,
deadlines.
We're the dentist deadline house. Like everything is deadlines.
No, we're free flowing.
No.
It's all.
I'll tell you something that'll make you sick. Andrea had her alarm set for Maisie this morning for 7 a.m. so she could get up for the book character parade and curl her hair like Dolly Parton and put on her sparkle dress and tune up her guitar.
Well, she's getting her prepared for Halloween day.
Everything is just, it's schedule.
Well, that's how successful people are.
No, I don't like it. I don't like it. I want to lose a goose. I want to be able to relax.
I still
every
think you guys should do
stress.
wife swap one day or husband swap. Where you guys live one day.
I think so too.
wait. Tom and I live.
I've seen the videos.
Like you go stay at Tom's house and he'll stay at your house.
It'll be fine.
Well,
I'll say it's all video games the whole time. Let's rock.
You got to make breakfast every morning, 2 egg sandwiches.
No. I'm going to teach them how to do it. I'm like, all right.
Oh, they're never going to do it.
Oh,
they're going to be kicking you. They're going to be kicking you in the balls at night in your bed.
They're like, just serve me on the couch with a blanket on my legs.
Hold on, I want that.
Oh, your strawberries fell off into the couch again.
Oh my god!
They're allowed to eat on the couch?
Yeah.
No
oh
rules.
my god!
Yeah, because it's warmer on the couch. It's cold in the kitchen.
Why is the kitchen cold? You're cooking in there.
No, they're in their underwear still. So I was
surprised they're even wearing underwear.
I get them out of bed. They sit on the couch. I put a blanket on them. I bring them their egg sandwich with strawberries.
That's sweet.
They eat half of it while they watch TV. And then I'm like, eat, ice cream, eat 10 times. Then there's a panic to get to school. I'm like, we're late again.
Maisie got home from dance last night. Andrea had, we do Home Chef now, and she had cooked a chicken carbonara with peas. And she put it on the table, and then May ate it, and then she had to go do dance. Ate a little bit of it, and then she had to go do dance, but didn't want to eat it because she didn't like it. And then Andrea said, "This is what you get." And it stayed there, and it was still there this morning. And it
really?
Yeah.
After a whole dance, she didn't eat after?
And then Andrea helped. There's a wizard battle in my house right now. Like, Andrea said, you get the carbonara. That's all you get. Maisie said, I don't want to eat this. We have a female standoff. The carbonara was still there this morning. We're holding on the carbonara.
So that's
what she gets to eat. That's what you get.
Oh, was she gonna have to eat it still?
No. I mean, it'll be off the table today, but it just yesterday it went.
That's how my house was.
There was a standoff.
No,
it was
just make them.
You eat what's made, and that's it.
No, and then Andrew.
Crystal tries that, and then my sons are like, "Oh, I'm so hungry." I'm like,
"No,
I'm gonna make you an egg sandwich."
No. See, you're so sweet.
And then they sit on the couch, I serve it to them.
You're so sweet. I went upstairs. I'm getting my shower. At nighttime, I'm getting my shower, and I hear Andrea scream, "Kitchen is closed."
Damn,
old bitch.
And then, that's what I say to my sons when Crystal's like, you can't, this is why they don't eat dinner, is because they know they're going to get an egg sandwich later. And then I'm like,
figured it out. Yeah.
Well, there's like a couple egg sandwiches, they're not going to kill them.
What's wrong with a couple egg sandwiches among friends?
And then won't they be like, oh, God, my mom won't give me no food, and my dad give me some egg sandwiches. He loved me.
I see what you're doing now. It makes sense.
And then I'm living with them when they're in their we're all living together in one apartment.
Oh yeah.
And we're all making each other egg sandwiches. We're like, this is the life.
I like that. How's your egg sandwich?
I'm living with my sons in an apartment
with egg sandwiches is pretty good.
Yeah.
It does sound pretty good.
Yeah. Is that better than living with my wife by ourselves in the future? Anyway.
Wow.
Okay.
All right.
Well, it wasn't supposed to go there, but it did. So
we'll see you tomorrow.
That's super funny. What's up, buddy? Yeah. How you doing, man?
Hey, how you doing?
I'm glad I did not.
No, you're fine.
How you doing? Good to see you.
Where's this go? Thursday?
Monday. 3 and 4.
Do we have anything?
No.
You just kind of, instead of passing things around, just kind of have you had each of those things before we start?
Yeah, no, I feel like we'll do it on the show because we run looser than your
All good.
I feel like.
What's the date?
30th.
30th.
Start off with just because we got long form.
Oh yeah, won't die.
It doesn't have to be a thing.
Shit.
We'll start off with why you
Who the hell are you?
where you came from, your background. So we'll go from there. So it'll start off the interview style, and then we'll go into it.
Sounds good.
Thanks for being here, man.
Hey, thanks for having me.
And thanks for reaching out. Very good to see you again.
Hey.
How you been? Oh, yeah.
This will be Friday.
Very good to see you. Make yourself at home. Oh, thank you. Wow, look at that. That's beautiful. Look at this guy.
I could not remember.
Thank you.
Vegan, vegetarian?
No,
Okay.
that's Tom's wife. Thank you.
Appreciate it.
In the
Smells
bucket.
good.
Nice.
Smells
Oh,
good,
you
too.
remember when you were a kid, the buckets had lids on them?
Yeah.
I'm sure that's a money-saving thing.
Oh, I'm sure. And then to make it like the illusion, they put like the handle, but then they put a witch hat on the top of it to try and
It's not crap.
give you the illusion of it.
Cute.
It's
Yeah,
innovation.
it is cute. I've always been a fan of the McDonald's at Halloween deals. I'm gonna get your camera set up here. Okay, there you are. Let me save this guy.
A little bit of branding. Let me throw this one.
Oh yeah, man. Set yourself up,
Doesn't
and then
say
I'll
anything on it.
I'll frame it out nicely for you.
See if I can remember how to do this. I actually cook with this thing.
29, 23, 30. It's not a starve thing. It's more of a mama made this, you need to eat it type thing. Which is,
Well, I mean, I was listening, looking back as a kid, it's like, you miss one meal, you're not going to starve. You think you're going to starve.
well, I don't like it because she does so much dance that she needs to eat.
Gotcha.
And it's like, I hate it when she does that. And they were having a nice little standoff. I'm going to slip that.
Yeah.
Let's see. Where are we?
Yep.
So I have a tendency from TV to sit
Yep.
on the edge. Should I sit further back?
It's up to you.
It's totally
Whatever
up to
you're
you.
comfortable
Yeah,
with.
you're fine. You can kind of see yourself in the camera there. We're still live right now.
Okay.
We,
Hi, people.
Even when we go to break, we just keep the cameras on and
Gotcha.
everything rolling.
I knew
of
that. I
course.
just didn't think about it.
Yeah. We constantly have to warn people just so they don't want to say anything. They don't want to get out there.
Cancel them.
Chicken fried steak day, huh? Okay.
If you want headphones, there's some hanging in the front of that table right there. It's up to you.
Yeah, it's easier to hear yourself.
Gotcha.
When's the last time you had McDonald's, Tom? You probably go fairly often since you have kids.
Well, usually even when we do get the boys like a Happy Meal, I don't get anything. But
Too fun? This is just not obviously not good for you.
well, it's just it's not even good. I remember I got something. I think last time we went to Marco, we were leaving, and I was like, "Fuck, I don't want to stop again." So I just eat a Big Mac, and it's delicious. But if I want a cheeseburger, there are way better quality cheeseburgers.
Been ruined.
So it's like I feel like I wasted it on McDonald's. Like I want a really good burger from like Johnny's or something. It's like so. Then
So I see what you're saying.
if I'm gonna eat poorly, I want to eat poorly, high quality poorly.
All right,
Like I'd rather just starve myself than not eat high quality.
that makes sense to me.
They figured out there's no money in salads anymore.
No,
They dropped those during the pandemic. Yeah.
It's like when we were at Johnny's. I had the burger.
So good. You had the jalapeno.
Yeah, the jalapeno burger
With the tots.
Yeah,
you
because
had the full blown. Yeah,
high
you just
quality.
did it right. That makes sense.
like so. Then I get I'll eat like shit, but I want to eat high quality shit.
It's like Andrea eating a steak anywhere except for like a nice steakhouse. Like she doesn't eat a lot of beef at all. Like maybe
Yeah. You're gonna get this steak at Chili's.
no, but if we go to Charlie's, she gets the biggest steak. Like it's like
get the best quality.
Yeah, she goes for it. All right. Can you hear yourself? Okay.
Yep, I'm good.
Awesome. That's all turned off. Okay. I think we are good, Mr. Van. Where's this going?
Friday 1.
Okay, Friday 1. All right,
and
let's
plug the Science Center.
Is it Science Night Dead?
No, that was last weekend.
That's done.
Well, the observatory tours.
Oh, okay. I know the
observatory
it's
tours.
under. Hold on. I want to do this right.
OSC.org.
Private experiences.
That's what it is.
For
Private
VIP tours.
Okay, here we go. Is it November? When's that
10th.
start? Okay, here we go. 3, 2.
Welcome to A Corporate Time with Tom and Dan. I'm Tom.
I am Dan. Samantha, our producer's here. Hello, Sam.
Hey.
So the Orlando Science Center is bringing back their VIP tours of their observatory.
Yeah, did you guys? I wasn't even
observatory. I have to push it out like a dude.
Don't say that.
Ew.
Just do it like Dusty Rose. Go like, listen, baby, the private tour of the observatory, at the Orlando Science Center, baby, is back. And November 10th, you can get a special engagement to go up there, baby. But remember that everybody gets to look through the telescope, daddy. Oh yeah, baby. Do it like that.
OSC.org if you want to book them, and just send them an email and let them know that you heard it from Tom and Dan, and you get $25
Yeah,
off.
we did it. It's I'm not even overblowing this or making it crazier than it is. It's a life-changing experience to see the cosmos through a $100, $200, $300,000 telescope.
Like me and my son saw Neptune, and then you through a telescope, and this is insane, And then you look at the moon, like a close-up, super close-up.
It's awesome.
Is crazy.
Yeah.
Anyway, so now we'll start with this.
New bit.
We've always put out in Tom and Dan that if you are interested in doing a bit on our show.
This has always been your mantra. You invented
come
this.
Do it.
You invented this. This is like really the Tom Van way is, look, if you want like Trivia Drew, I want to do trivia. You're in.
Business Baby, Christrema. We've had a lot come and go throughout the years. That one seemed to, like, where's Josh been?
He's busy, man. He's got a new job.
Vince Taylor, we had on one time.
I think we had twice. But some people may think it's crazy. They're like, well, you're just letting anyone just do a bit. But think about this. No one knew Brock Purdy was good until he got in the game.
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying?
Like, oh, wow, look at this guy.
He was Mr. Irrelevant. Last person drafted.
He was indeed. And he's my quarterback. He's been doing pretty good for me this year.
If Trey Lance and Garoppolo wouldn't have gotten hurt, he would have maybe been third-string quarterback for his entire career. No one would have known until he got in the game. You got to give people a chance.
You got to give them a chance.
And maybe you'll win the Super Bowl.
Exactly.
So we got an email from the gentleman in today, and he wanted to do a bit, and I want to find out why.
Why us?
Yeah.
You could have picked all the professionals in this town, and you chose Tom and Dan.
So John Graham is here. How you doing, John?
Hey, good. You guys called me back.
Yeah, it's good to see you, man.
So, John, tell us first, what made you even want to email us and want to do a bit on our show?
Well, I listen, of course, and I came to town in 2000. I was the wacky morning feature reporter at Fox 35 for about 3 years.
Okay, all right.
And before that, I did the same thing in Louisville, Kentucky, and I did a little bit of it in Indiana. And I used to have a segment. Well, when you go to these places every morning, you're there at like 5:36 in the morning to get ready, and sometimes people don't show up. Like literally, you'd show up outside the karate studio or whatever, and no one would be there. They forgot. So
oh my God! Sound like a radio guy. Yeah. I show up on a beepers and phones.
John, how do they forget? They're going to be on the news, and
they said, "Oh, it was Monday. I'm sorry, I forgot over the weekend."
But the news was going to give their karate dojo free advertising. Like, if the news told us, like, "Hey, we're going to show up here," like, there's no way we'd forget. It'll be like.
I'm trying to think if we have ever forgot about being on the news. I don't think we ever have.
No, because if you're going to get on the news, you're getting free marketing. Like, show up.
Well, it's just a lack of respect when you really boil it down, right? It's like, I mean, it kind of is. It's just like, it doesn't really matter.
So then when you showed up at the dojo and then Seth didn't show up because he forgot, what would you do?
So the backup then was I'd run to the 24-hour grocery store and buy 3 or 4 things off the shelves. And then I had permission from a local coffee shop. This was in Louisville at the time. And we did it here a couple of times. And you'd blindfold people, and then we called the segment, "What Did I Just Eat?"
All right, so you do it.
You're having to
Thinking about that meat.
I love this. John, I'm already in, man. I love that you had. I didn't know that the origin story of your bit was just pure and utter news panic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, what the hell? That changes everything.
Hold on, so you would
This
go
is
to
also terrifying.
Blindfold people, and
I
then
suffer
it could be
from
candy corn. It could
crippling
be
anxiety.
canned
The
peaches.
idea of having to go live. We're going live at 8:30. Where's the dojo? What happened? They're like, they're not. It's locked. It's locked. We'll just
We
go
need a
to-
backup
Go to
plan.
the coffee shop and get the things to try that you're doing the food thing. This is giving me straight
and
anxiety.
then you just get people off the street to participate.
Yeah, people who are in the coffee shop. Yeah.
Okay, and so now would you? Would you do the fear factor and or
No,
like,
we wouldn't go too good.
Open your eyes. There's a dildo.
Yeah. I think the grossest we ever went was like circus peanuts.
Okay, gotcha.
Okay,
So
all
it's
right.
very like vanilla bit.
Right.
It wasn't, you're not like, what was this? I'm like,
That was me.
That's a fish eyeball. You know what I'm saying?
Ew.
And then that kind of evolved. We would look for what's new. Like some grocery stores actually have that little section of new products, and so that's kind of what my idea for today is. I've got a bunch of brand new products. Most of these are Halloween themed right now because that's hot
alright.
in the stores.
Oh my God, we've
All
never
right.
had a product specialist. This is awesome. We're like
Yeah.
a real radio show, man.
John, you've already done more prep than EJ has ever done.
I knew it.
I'm virtually certain EJ just he pulls up at Parks 10 minutes before he's supposed to be here, and then he looks at his phone for 5
I'm
stories.
good.
Yeah, he searches nerd and Pokemon, or Pokemon and sports. Anyway, so what is basically are you going to blindfold us?
No. I figured
hope
this, but
so.
also just
I was going to be like, I'm
hope
out.
so.
I'm out.
And then
Because I was like, I
Yeah.
can't wait for Sam to be blindfolded.
I wanna be blindfolded.
And you're like, open
Put
your
this
mouth.
in your mouth.
like a shaky spoon.
No, thank you.
but I figure I'll let you know as much or as little about these before we dive into one as you want.
Okay,
Okay, well,
all right.
Well, I kind of want to be blindfolded.
Me too.
We can
Well,
blindfold
tell
you.
you-
Yeah.
Well,
me-
I've got a couple.
I'll blindfold myself.
I've got one I was planning on doing last is ice cream. There's a great and strange place at Disney Springs called Salt and Straw. Have you been? Anybody been?
I've
there?
No,
heard.
I haven't been
No.
yet.
I've
It's
heard.
always a
have,
long line.
They have great conventional flavors, and then every month they come up with 5 weird flavors. So obviously they went crazy for Halloween. But so I'll just hand you guys the ice cream, and you can just tell me what you think.
Okay.
And then I'll tell you what's in it.
All right.
But
Oh, it's me. I'm in it. I'm in the ice cream. You're eating me.
I'm the problem. It's me.
Oh, no.
All right, make something out of that.
And the problem is jizz. Oh, sorry. I can't say that. I'm sorry.
You
John.
can. You actually can say that.
All right, I
Yeah,
can.
just
Leave it in.
can we say it? Show me. No, I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say it twice because that'd be titillating.
All right, so John, going back to the news days,
Yeah.
when you do this bit, did you ever go back and see if the ratings spiked or like if people liked it? Because then I'm guessing in the back of your
They
mind
had
you're
their
like,
people meter.
yeah, you're like, we got a lot of the program directors,
Mm-hmm.
we got a lot of emails liking John Graham's what did you just eat
Yeah.
bit?
They like the ladies blindfolded with a shaky spoon.
they would never tell us that much, but I would get like my news director say, "Okay, you can do that again someday." So that's about as
Not
much
bad,
encouragement as you
not
get. Yeah.
bad, Graham.
But there seriously was, okay, you're wearing gloves. Okay, new spoon for every person, right? It's like, yes, of course.
Yeah, but you were.
Yeah,
You had a spoon in your pocket.
We're gonna put on gloves.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just, and then you wipe the spoon off with your shirt.
Yeah.
And then you give it to them.
I did that yesterday when I ate my chili.
Like most people are eating tons of doo-doo and the other particles. And
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
I'm just saying it's in the air when you go to the bathroom.
You know where? You
Were
know
you
what?
eating in the bathroom?
Do you want to know why I know it's
You're
not
opening
that
your
bad?
mouth?
You want to know why
No,
I know?
you're not. Why are you opening your mouth
You're
in the
breathing.
bathroom?
I open my as soon as I walk into a public restroom, I open my mouth like one of those whales, like looking for like plankton. I'm like,
Oh my god.
I try to get as much in me as it makes me strong. My daughter. Never mind. I'm not going to say that.
Sorry, John.
Too far.
All right, so how do we want to start here?
Oh, I've got Happy Meals in front of everybody.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I didn't know if right now the Happy Meal treat is I don't know if you remember when you were kids, there were little buckets. And so they brought back the buckets. This one should have fries and nuggies. In each of them, McDonald's. What we're getting at is McDonald's has 2 new sauces right now. They're both for a limited time only.
Okay.
And I think each of you, let me know which one you got, and I'll
typing.
toss you another one. So
I've
there's
got sweet and spicy jam.
There's sweet and spicy jam, and there's Mombo sauce.
Now, can I tell you right now, my wife is going to be really mad
yeah.
because my wife's favorite breakfast treat. I'm going to tell you my wife's favorite breakfast treat, and you guys tell me if you think this is gross. My wife's favorite breakfast treat is a McDonald's biscuit, sausage, fried egg, and then she puts grape jelly on it with cheese.
Okay.
I used to do that with just the McMuffin. I
That's
would
her
just get an egg McMuffin
favorite.
and stick
Grape
the jam
jelly,
in it,
sausage, fried egg, cheese, buttermilk biscuit.
Okay.
So this, she was really excited.
That's
to
actually
try.
kind of the McDonald's. The sweet and spicy is the first time they've come up with a sauce just for specifically for breakfast.
Yeah.
You can use it for chicken nuggets and other stuff too, but they actually designed that to put on breakfast.
She's
going
gonna
to
be mad because this is like she's been wanting to try this, and this is like
I've got
hard to find.
I've got spares.
Oh, look at you.
This Mambo sauce looks fake.
Okay.
What is this? Yeah, I got the Mombo.
So Mombo sauce.
You printed this yourself, John. and it's just so happened to be.
It's you're eating me again.
It's a Mambo.
It's always been me.
Is this the problem, Mambo?
So Mombo sauce actually got it started in Washington D.C.
All right.
I think they
a
probably
minute.
switched up. It was
I
called
bought this sauce.
Mumbo sauce, and McDonald's
Mambo.
version is Mambo sauce.
I think I bought this sauce. There's a lady in D.C. that makes it, that sells it on QVC, and I think I found it at Whole Foods and bought it. But this is McDonald's version.
Is it hot anyway?
Yeah, I mean they're both a little spicy. Do you remember a couple of years ago when McDonald's brought back a Rick and Morty
Yes.
Szechuan sauce?
Yeah.
So there's a little bit of Szechuan sauce spice in this. To me, what it reminds me of, and I bet this is the recipe for whoever first invented it, is it seems like a little bit like barbecue and a little bit like sweet and sour sauce.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, so it's splitting the difference.
Yeah.
Yeah, Andrea loves the. I found this out earlier.
Are we supposed to be trying this?
I found this out yesterday from my wife. This is like a secret that she had held and never told me for years. We were talking about her grandmother's cooking, and we were talking about like meatloaf. When she said, I didn't like my grandma's meatloaf, so I would gag it down by dousing it in Chinese duck sauce.
Oh.
And I go, how old were you? She was like, yeah, I was 7, 8, 9. Like a kid. I'm like, duck sauce?
Yeah, it was a different time. So, like,
Right?
Like there was no kid sauces in the 60s. or
No.
whatever.
But duck sauce? I was like, that's so weird, duck sauce.
Now, I will say, I feel old media again, and I love it.
Yeah, me too. I'm in my zone.
Yeah. Like I feel so comfortable. Like you placed a blanket over my shoulders, John,
really.
because I'm eating
I'm
food.
waiting for you to bring me
You're
my
a
egg
pro.
sandwich. If you bring me an egg sandwich,
Yeah.
then I'm a kept man.
I immediately stopped thinking about what to do next now that John's here, because I'm like, John's a pro. He thinks on his feet.
He's got a cooler full of surprises.
Yeah, he's
and
all
they're
prepared.
all him. They're all him.
And if I and this is the problem with new media. When you got old impulsive, he's leaning down. He doesn't even care. He hasn't even prepared at all for a show. He doesn't even know who he's talking
doesn't have
to.
to. He's rich.
No, he's just like leaning down. He doesn't even think about Plan B or what to do if the guest says this. He doesn't
I bet
care.
he's thought about Plan B before.
He doesn't even care.
I bet he's done that a couple dozen times.
By the way, I saw him do a Celsius commercial, and he's like, he opened up his Ferrari.
That's his brother's company.
Oh, maybe it's Logan. I can't tell the difference. They all look the same.
No, Logan is Prime. Jake is Celsius.
Okay, Jake, whatever. And then he's barely trying. He pulls up to the 7-Eleven. He's like, "Hey, try the Celsius. It's
pretty good. They don't even say it's like awesome. They're like, try this. It's all right.
It's all right.
And it's an amateur film. Like the guy's filming with a cell phone, and it's like, oh, come on.
Oh my God, it's like Jimmy Van Zandt commercial.
I'm like, John wouldn't do this. John would have 10 different outs. And then,
John doesn't know that we haven't done a full body shot, but he's still got his apron on.
We're on a podcast and a radio, and I brought an outfit.
Yeah, but no, we're on camera. But like,
Yeah,
I mean, seriously, like you're like the most respectable person on the show.
Yeah.
All right, are we supposed to try this?
Okay.
Open up
give him
your
a try.
sauces.
No.
Do I do a
What do we want to
nugget?
start with? We want to start with Mombo or the
Sure, Mambo.
sweet
Mambo?
and spicy jam. Okay, we're going Mambo first.
You know, I forgot.
And I got a little confused earlier. It's the jam one that's a little more Szechuan peppercorn.
Oh, okay, gotcha. I'll go. Are we doing jam or Mambo?
I'm doing Mambo
Mambo.
first.
Damn it.
Mambo.
Open the jam.
Lick the jam off.
Okay, hold on. What do you think of that?
I haven't eaten a nugget in a while.
Me either.
Yeah, they got good
That's
ones.
a good
too.
breakfast.
They got good ones.
All right. I like them.
It's a little sweet, but there's like a kick at the end.
Yeah. I like the
I'm
spiciness.
not sure what it is, but
So you think barbecue, sweet and sour?
Yeah, it does taste like a barbecue sweet and
I think
sour
my
mixed
kid,
together.
My kid will like that.
Yeah,
If
like-
she's on the spicy kick. That's good.
But like a hot barbecue sweet and sour. That's it.
Yeah, that's good.
And you can get this at any McDonald's?
Yeah, you never know for sure because they're franchisees and stuff. And I actually have been twice to get the ones I brought in. First time I just bought myself a breakfast sandwich and said, "Give me 4 of that one and 4 of that one," and they did. Second time, they charged me 25 cents a piece. So it's probably going to be kind
They're
of
on to you.
check out your local McDonald's and see if you get them for free if you got to pay for them.
No one knows the protocol.
No.
I mean,
Is there a button?
I'm worried about even asking for Mombo because that's going to throw off the process.
Well, if you go inside, have you been inside a McDonald's in the last 2 years?
It's all touchscreen.
Yeah,
it's all
you don't talk to anybody. It's
I'm not
weird.
a disgusting animal. Good Lord.
Yeah, no, it's all touchscreen. Like they are dying to get the robots. Like the Mr. McDonald is. he is counting. I mean, there's got to be
so tired of humans.
There's got to be a
Mambo's
calendar.
got the cayenne pepper in it.
It's pretty spicy, dude. I was gonna say for Sam.
Yeah,
I was
drinking my LaCroix.
Yeah, I was gonna check in with you. That's a little spicy
Yeah,
for you.
A little spicy on the end there.
I messed up and gave her a flaming hot chip one day.
Oh, no.
Don't do
I'm
that.
trying the sweet and sour.
And you'll see
jam.
the jam is definitely a jam. It's not. You can.
Oh, it is a jam.
You
Man,
can
this is
jam
thick.
nuggets in there, but it's
Look,
it's spreadable.
It's like
Holy
real.
smokes.
It's real jelly.
Mm-hmm.
That's good.
I don't know whether I should keep talking so everybody doesn't have to
No,
listen to the mouth sounds.
No, let them listen to us
no.
masticate. They love it.
It's ASMR.
There's one thing I learned
Yeah.
about radio is that people love hearing fat DJs chew. They love it.
Yeah.
There are some morning shows that have all they do is they
Yeah.
the clients come, they bring you the food, you're eating a muffaletta, like it's like
No.
6:30 and you chew it good. They love it here.
I want to cut my sleeves off so bad because my nuggies will taste better.
That's good.
Yeah. Now I figured it'd be good because if I know McDonald's, they got some sugar and salt in there.
Oh, they salted it up so
Oh,
good.
they're sugar crazy in that jam.
Yeah.
The jam is good.
They're like, the secret is the sugar. We'll put it in everything, and then everybody will be addicted to it.
And then if you're like, I don't like sugar, they're like, we got salt.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, it's like
Other than that, no, nothing else for you.
Yeah. And the fat just holds it all together. That was good, man.
Oh, good.
Yeah, those are excellent, and that's any McDonald's Mombo sauce and sweet and spicy jam. What are these?
Got a little something to wash it down with.
Oh yes, please.
This is Fanta for Halloween. Fanta zero sugar. What the Fanta? So it's mystery flavor.
What the Fanta?
Oh, wow, John, you're so good. Look at this. Is that a glow in the dark can?
I will tell you one thing. I should probably let this surprise you, but I won't. Among the other things, first it's black. It's pitch black. So
The
you don't know
drink
what
is pitch
flavor it is.
black?
Yeah, the drink is black.
Oh, I don't know.
And it's,
Oh my God! Once you go black, John, you never go back.
and it's probably gonna dye your tongue and lips.
What? Black teeth?
Is that thick?
Man, these are ice cold.
John's like dead serious. He's like,
Yeah.
There's one thing I must warn you.
You will have a black
This
mouth at
will
the
stay
end.
in your mouth and pitch black. It's gonna get you good.
So they've done this. I think this
I feel
is
like
the
I need a
second.
straw.
I think this is the second or third time they've done one of these
Well,
for
it smells
Halloween.
great. First of all,
And I happen to know, or at least I think I know what flavor it is.
glow in the dark can.
Because
Off the
they-
smell, I'm going to say pineapple.
I'm gonna give Fanta major props for the branding. The glow in the dark can is badass. It's cool.
And you get these. I bought them at Publix, but I think they have them at one
How
of the
did you
dollar
get these
stores.
so cold they hurt my hand?
Yeah, they're super
Good Lord,
cold.
man, what were you doing? You got dry ice in there? Holy smokes!
I'm a professional.
All right. Let's see.
0 calories in that, buddy.
It's a little bubble gummy.
The secret kind of got out because what happened is apparently Walmart on one of their floor displays actually wrote it out somewhere.
Oh God! Why do you do that?
But
Why do they do
if you go to the Fanta website, there's also some clues. So I feel pretty confident I know what it is.
Let's see if we can.
And do you want us to tell the world, or do you?
Let's try.
Not right now.
I'm gonna take
Not right
another.
now.
Not right. I want to work on this.
That it definitely sweet. And
Oh, your teeth are green.
how
right.
Crack
No,
one
no,
for
yours
myself.
are they're a little dull.
Yeah.
dull,
It dulls them
dull
out.
them
I
good.
like a nice dull teeth.
There's
what flavor would you say?
I
this is?
Cherry in there.
I got a little cherry, maybe.
But it tastes like one of those colorful rainbow candies.
Well, have you ever seen the studies? They did studies with the artificial flavors like, grape soda, cherry soda, orange soda, and they'll actually color them wrong. Like they'll give you purple orange soda or green cherry soda, and people can't tell.
Yeah.
'Cause
It's
it's
all-
just
yeah,
sweet.
yeah. When
Because
you
you're keying off the color. You go, oh, yeah, that's grape. But,
Yeah, so that's why they make it black, so that
Yeah.
And now I feel like that's kind of cheating because you're making it very. It's like overall kind of like sweet, sugary flavor.
Sure.
They could, if you told me this was like cherry or like some sort of pomegranate, I would believe you. You know, like
the
you can
mixture
say a lot of things.
of flavors, and
allegedly it's one flavor.
Well, I try a lot of these because I haven't tried this one, but I did the Mountain Dew one that came out about a month ago. That was like it's a Mountain Dew Voodoo. Every year they do a mystery flavor as well for Halloween, and I tried that one, and every single time I try one of these, the flavor profile I get, even this one, is like, you remember Bomb Pops where it's blue raspberry, the lemonade, and the cherry all together? It's that melted, like that.
Yes,
all those flavors is that.
That's how I would describe
like Bomb
it too.
Pop.
Yeah.
Well, I think they've kind of figured out, like, you know how Oreo puts out like 6 new flavors every year or however many?
Yeah.
Because they only need you to buy it once. You know, so as long as it's okay.
Yeah,
you don't feel ripped off. You're like, oh, I tried the new, like, I remember in the Midwest, I think it was Kroger, they tried Oreos with Swedish fish flavored gel or goo in the middle. And I can't imagine that's very good, but there's, you know, it's weird enough that people will buy it.
It's just for the marketing. Like, they produce a small batch, and then they put it out there because they're like, okay, even if no one buys it, we're going to get X amount of dollars in marketing from every...
I mean, we're doing it right now.
John Graham's going to
They'll
buy
talk
it.
about it on podcast.
John Graham's going to buy it, and he's going to put himself inside the can for us to those guys to try.
And so they know they'll get enough marketing. And, you know, craft beer companies
I don't hate this either. That's another thing I want to say is it's a little too sweet for me.
It is very sweet,
but I don't hate it. I think Maisie, in this size, Maisie would love this. This definitely, if you got a kiddo that
tastes like candy.
Yeah, it does taste like candy. It's good.
So
the flavor
what
would be...
flavor is it, John?
It is allegedly blood orange.
Okay.
No way.
Let me see this. Okay.
Which is Italian.
I'm not even tasting any type of citrus there.
Okay, I get it.
But now that I've said it, do you?
Yeah. Now you said it.
Definitely blood orange.
There's kind of a little, you know, I mean, people know Fanta for orange, so there's,
good.
You know, now you can taste a little bit of orange in the back.
I like it.
Oh
man, your teeth are black. I like. You know what? I like you with black teeth. I wonder if people.
That's gonna save me a lot of time.
How are mine?
I spilled it. It's eaten through your end table.
Like I said, they're fine. They're a little dull. It's just dull.
Well, I am wearing my Invisalign.
Here, let's see the tongue.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know his tongue. Is what I'm about to
When Tom sees my tongue, he becomes an old Cajun man. Yay!
So what's next, John?
Sure. Well, here, I'll just hand this around. Carmella Creeper breakfast cereal. It's caramel apple cereal with monster marshmallows. They wants to be the first to tear in.
It seems like, go ahead,
I
Sam.
have the cleanest hands.
Yeah, you really do. It seems like she's cute. Is this the female character for the monster?
Yeah, it is from the same. So if you look for Count Chocula or Frankenberry in April, you won't find it. They've gone to now only releasing those cereals for the Halloween season.
I like this.
She's a
we've never done a food segment before, and I'm really vibing on this right now. And this is all trash food, and me and Maisie love trash food. Like, we love it. Like, my kid is. She's just absolutely trash. Just dancing and trash food is all she's into.
She burns the calories. It's fun.
She really does. But she landed on a Halloween cereal that I got a hold of, and I had a bowl of it. I had to tell Andrea, you can't buy that anymore. I'll eat all of it. Chocolate Lucky Charms for Halloween.
Oh, wow.
They're chocolate Lucky Charms. I'd never had chocolate Lucky Charms. It's just mainlining sugar straight up your beehole. It's so much sugar, but it's so good.
There are some pumpkin spice breakfast cereals out there. I saw Frosted Flakes. Pumpkin spice,
really?
Pumpkin spice Frosted Flakes. So this is the story is, like, I don't know if you remember from a kid, if you ever ate Count Chocula, Frankenberry, or Boo Berry. So they were obviously a Dracula, a Frankenstein, and a ghost. And so she's a zombie. She's a zombie DJ. And if you look at the cartoon, they tried to try and incorporate her into the mythos. It's somebody's job to come up with the legend of all these cereals.
Oh, yeah.
So, they're like, I haven't seen you in hundreds of years. How are you doing? Apparently is it Frankenberry's cousin? She's somebody's cousin. And so she's the zombie. They don't explain what happened to, I don't know if you remember, Fruit Brute and Yummy Mummy.
They died.
Those were two other cereals.
They died. They were captured.
They died twice.
Yeah, they were actually captured by Ghostbusters.
If I was the CEO of this cereal company, I get mad that I'm paying some marketing company to come up with a backstory of the zombie
She's
DJ.
A DJ zombie. What do you need a backstory?
Whatever, just have whoever write it.
No, it needs to be congruent.
Yeah, she is Frankenberry's long-lost cousin.
Oh, I don't know.
I mean,
she's pretty hot. If I were Chocula, I'd be like, hey, Frankenberry, why don't you hook me up with your cousin? Pretty cute.
So they tried to fit in everything. So, like, okay, so she's a DJ. That's cool and hip with the kids.
Yeah, she's got headphones.
Her name's Carmella, so she might be Hispanic.
Okay.
She's young. She's zombies. Zombies are hot now.
Yeah, I see it. Also, I'd like to point out that Tom reached in, grabbed some cereal, and then dropped it all over. How do you reach
Oh my
in?
God.
I can't hold it with my hands.
His broken hands. He reached in to get
You
cereal.
got a box right in front of you.
He
of your
grabbed
nuggets.
out a little handful, and then they all scattered all over the floor.
So,
See, I didn't even put my hand in. I just poured some out.
All right, I'm going in.
I stuck my hand in there.
Gross.
I stuck my fist in there.
So what
They're
are
good.
They're green.
yeah. What? That it's just sugar
What's
puffs, right? And marshmallow.
You could taste a little caramel.
There's an appley. It's like an Apple Jack.
Caramel apple, yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
See, Crystal gives me she gives me these lectures about that we're not feeding our sons correctly.
Oh, dude.
They're just egg sandwiches all day, right?
Are you crazy? Maisie only eats trash. I mean, only trash.
And
I can't eat her to eat nothing. You heard the carbonara story, right?
She's like, they need to eat more whole foods, and all it's processed garbage, and then she's telling
She's
me,
right.
And then I'm like, I'm pretty sure generations of kids grew up on these cereal, which is there's not an ounce of any nutritional value in this, right?
I mean, there's a little
sugar
bit
and
of
carbs.
calories.
I'm sure it's fortified with vitamins. 15 grams of whole grain per serving.
They spray the vitamins
with
on there.
vitamins and minerals.
Okay, they have 12 sprays, right?
12 sprays.
It's something, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
there you go.
and
a good source of calcium with milk.
What's better? This is what I tell Andrea. Because we
You
have
gotta
the
add
same
the milk,
fight.
though.
This is what I tell Andrea, same fight.
Yeah.
I go, she's drinking milk. That's good stuff. But hey, would you rather her eat or would you rather her starve herself?
That's what
I'm just like, eat.
Have the calories.
Okay. She's like, I want pretzels and peanut butter. I'm like, that's fine. Eat it all.
And I always bring up Tyreek Hill. I'm like, what do you think he ate? He ate this sugar cereal.
A little closer to Frankenberry than Whole Foods, I'll tell you that.
No, and he just, I mean, I'm sure ate candy and garbage up until he got into, when did they start feeding him well in, high school D1 sports?
I
so,
think maybe when he turned right around 15, between 15 and 17,
and then some coach brought up, this kid's going to make the NFL.
But even then, he would still eat trash because he'd cheat because he's still a kid.
I know, but they were feeding him some fruits and vegetables and some protein because they knew he was NFL bound. But the first 15 years, Frankenberry, that's what I'm saying. Like, Tommy and Max are fine.
Yeah.
And they're not even going to be in the NFL.
I actually do agree with that.
When I was a kid, it was Apple Jacks. What did you guys?
I loved Apple Jacks.
Apple Jacks were good.
But my mom really, and I think if you just want a deep dive of why I'm okay with it with my daughter now, I was never allowed to have any of these fun cereals ever. I had an educator mom. My mom was a teacher and a church organist.
Just some dry Cheerios.
Cheerios and Rice Krispies were the
Rice Krispies.
only two cereals allowed in my house.
What?
That's why when my dad would make a bowl of Rice Krispies, he'd pour the Krispies out, he'd pour the milk out, and then he would put 9 to 12 scoops of sugar on top of his Rice Krispies because we weren't allowed to have that. My dad's the person that taught me that it's fun to scoop the bottom of the bowl and get all that granulated sugar with milk on it. And I put it, I just grit it all in my
flashback.
teeth. Do you guys still do that? I mean, I haven't done it in years, but I mean, when you do it, it's like, this is delicious. That's probably what Tyreek Hill ate.
My dad would eat half a box of peanut Captain Crunch a night.
Wow.
That was his dessert.
To his defense, excellent cereal.
It is.
It
does tear up the roof of your mouth.
It does.
Oh, it'll shred you good. All right, what else you got?
Let's see. Okay. So this is the ice cream.
All right. I'm kind of drinking this Fanta. I'm not stopping on it. I'm just like hammering it.
I got
Oh,
two
you're gonna
here.
have a sugar
I
high.
think I am. I like it.
Creepy crawly critters. These are you can get them in scoops at the place. I got pints.
This is Creepy Crawly Critters.
And this one is the Great Candy Copia.
Oh.
And then I have some spoons.
Okay. Oh, this guy. Man, John's prepared.
My God.
Is it
they
Jay
used
Ward?
to-
Are y'all
Is-
okay
is-
scooping out of the same pints?
Yeah, we're fine.
Okay.
Well, because John, he grew up in a different
It's frozen.
generation of media where you had to work hard.
guy's a pro.
I'm telling you, you think anybody that comes
That's
on
expensive
impulsive
ice cream, man.
brings a spoon? They don't even, they're not even wearing shoes, John.
All right, I'm going to set this on top of my Mambo sauce.
There you
Thank
go.
you, sir.
So
Thank
if you haven't
sir.
been, I first discovered Salt and Straw about 10 years ago. I was out at Disneyland, and they have one there, and it's ice cream, and they have regular flavors like cinnamon snickerdoodle.
All right.
But then they start doing some unusual flavors like strawberry balsamic with black pepper.
Oh,
Okay.
super fancy.
Yeah, like fancy ice creams.
Yeah, like there was one I had. It was like goat cheese with, instead of peanut brittle, it was brittle made with black olives. And I was like, that sounds disgusting. It must be good.
Right.
It's a gourmet ice cream.
Well,
This is delicious.
I mean, real chefs know how to make real food with any flavor, really. I mean, all you're doing is working with like bitter, sweet, right? I mean, what it is doesn't really matter. If you eat a bug and it's bitter, I mean,
Funny you should say that.
Oh, okay. Look, I'm gonna do a. Should I do a big bite?
Goddamn delicious ice cream.
Should I do a big bite?
Okay,
Yeah, go for it.
Because I think mine's got bugs in it. But
So this is me and this is both different.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're
they're
different.
different.
I got you.
Mine's-
One's more of the treat, one's more of the trick.
Mine's called Creepy Crawly Critters, and whatever I got is a
I
big.
got the candy. What is it? Candicopia?
The great
Candy
cornucopia.
Copia. The great Candy
Candicopia.
Copia.
Oh,
And so this is at
That one has like chocolate candies in it. It's
the one here
delicious.
is at
Oh,
Disney
you got
Springs.
green coming out of your mouth.
kind of on the side.
What
where,
is it?
oh.
What is it?
Oh,
Swallow it. What is it?
get something stuck in your throat.
I got a big old whatever I got.
Booger?
No, it's huge. It's like a big old spider or something.
It's not.
It's not bad, but whatever I
the
got was
worst.
huge.
Yeah.
You got some in your flavor saver there.
Made my eyes
Here, let's pass
water.
that one. Before I tell you what's in that one, let's pass that around to everybody else.
Okay. Oh my god. Whatever I got was humongous. It was nutty, and it reminds you of those bugs you ate, Sam.
Oh my god.
Yeah, this place is on the Disney Springs on the Cirque du Soleil side of things.
I almost threw up right there.
So all the ice creams they serve are like mystery.
No.
Oh.
And most of them are pretty conventional. You know, maybe just a little off or something.
Yeah, he's just kind of.
Kinda tastes
But
like
this is
pistachio
like
or something.
and they do 5 new ones every month, so I don't know what they're going to be doing for November.
It does taste.
So if anybody wants these,
Did you try
Get
this
'em
one,
before
Tom?
Halloween.
I did.
over.
I did.
He's,
I didn't get any creepy crawly though. I just
Whatever
got ice
I got
cream.
was humongous. It was like as big as a standard.
So what's
Spider.
the worst one, John?
I'll tell you, so the one Dan tried first. That is Don Boguito's Crispy Crawly Critters. It's green matcha, so it's green tea ice cream. The base is green tea ice cream matcha,
That makes sense.
and then it has chocolate covered crickets, and
you ate a
yeah.
cricket?
He was a big boy.
and a brittle made with a toffee brittle made with mealworms in it.
Ah, you had mealworms.
My God, give me a nuggie. I got a good old American nuggie now.
And then the other one, the Great Candy Copia, a little more conventional. They say it's like if you dumped a trick or treat bag into salted butterscotch ice cream.
Yeah, that's
so they
good.
didn't even buy. They actually made their own versions of Kit Kats, Snickers, Reese's, and Heath bars and put that in the ice cream.
That's pretty dope.
That
when you
one's
can make
delicious.
your own handmade candy and then crunch it into your own handmade ice cream, that's pretty awesome.
And I guess you can't make it disgusting because, like,
Well, what I ate wasn't disgusting, but I had a feeling just reading it
Yeah,
that I had a cricket rolling around in
Yeah,
there. And that
yeah,
was
yeah.
getting to me, man.
And most of them, like I said, Halloween, they're going to go all out and do something extra weird.
You didn't tell me they
But-
were that big, though.
But they
Holy
might do
smoke.
stuff like, during spring, they might do something like 5 berry flavors. Or they did one that was trying to recycle, which sounds weird, recycle food. But what they did is, like, if they had somebody who, like, if they don't sell all their cinnamon rolls, they would take those and put them into the ice cream.
Oh.
So as a way to, keep food from ending up in dumpsters.
I'm really mad at Tracy right now who
What?
said there's worse stuff in that nuggie than there is in the cricket. Get out of the chat room. Get out of the chat room. You're not allowed anymore. You get the hell out of there.
Yeah. So John, do you have anything else, or the
I
ice cream is
I
it?
could keep going if you want.
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's do one
more.
Okay.
Because
I
we're
have-
having
let's see.
fun. Hey, we're having fun. We appreciate you being here.
Yeah.
I do. Neither one of these is really new, but I kind of brought these in case you wanted one more thing. I've got a savory and a sweet. These are just both products that I like that I think more people should know about.
Okay.
Which one should we go with?
Let's go with the sweet.
Okay.
Now you're going to the sweet train,
Well, he
huh?
needs to get that cricket out of his mouth.
So, do you like Jelly Bellies?
I find myself not eating too many.
He's anti-sugar
candies.
right now.
Gotcha.
because
It's
he's
too
trying
fun
to-
for me.
Yeah.
Like,
Well,
and
you're pretty fun, but he's like all of his fun seems to be like get to work fun, like climb this mountain, look at this, work this job, do this thing.
So this is not. You've seen the ones like they've got Harry Potter themed ones
Yeah.
where it could be banana, it could be snot. It's like,
Right.
or it could be like there's two that one tastes delicious and one tastes awful and they look the same.
Okay.
This is not that. This is belly flops. This is Jelly Belly, the ones that like stick together or look weird or whatever. They package them. This is a pound for $3.50.
Oh
wow.
So just
And I got
because-
these at Big Lots.
just because they look weird.
Yeah, but because they just dump them all together in a way, it's kind of like the game because you don't know what you're gonna get. I've never hit any of the weird
I
awful
like
flavors
that.
in there.
That's cool.
So they essentially just put an assorted bag together.
Yeah, but if you open it up and take a look, they're definitely rejects. They're too
That's
small,
smart.
too big. They stuck together in a
I like
weird way.
the idea that they branded it Belly Flops. See, that's really clever.
Well, you know, like there's like brilliant.
Tom's hands can't open the bag.
I got you, man.
The baby carrots were a brilliant business move because they just were all the carrots that came out deformed that they knew that like people in the grocery store weren't going to buy, like the twisted up ones or whatever, and they just shaved them into baby carrots, and then they saved a ton of money because they were throwing them all away.
It's like Pringles. Do you think they're putting the good potatoes in Pringles?
Yeah, you're always like,
I never thought about that. They're putting the
ugly potatoes in Pringles.
Like this is, I can see why this one was rejected because it like
a lumpy bumpy.
It's a lumpy bumpy.
Oh,
this looks like my prostate. I actually just got a good bill of health on that. Like my doctor said, hey, there's just some pain. You're in some comfort. I'll see you in 2 weeks. We'll sort it out. I'm like, ow, ow.
All right.
Cherry.
I can't tell you the last time I had a
cherry
jelly bean.
And Jelly Belly jelly beans are so tasty. Their flavors are always like really good.
I got cinnamon.
Good.
I got a red.
So
hot
it's
cinnamon.
a little bit of a game, but also because it's $3.50 for a pound of them.
Yeah, that's crazy. Like if you were going to use jelly beans in any type of cooking or something, Jelly Bellies are expensive. But if you can get $3 for a pound of Jelly Bellies, that's pretty damn good.
Don't sleep on Big Lots, man. They got a lot of good candy.
No, that's awesome.
I'm mad that they don't use horse hooves anymore.
They don't?
I don't think so.
As far as you know.
They got out of the hoof
I thought
game.
Haribo still uses hooves.
Well, I think it's like all synthetic hooves.
I don't like.
I
know that
a lot. There's ones made with real gelatin, which is I think they mostly use hide. But and then there's the ones that are like vegan or vegetarian that use plant-based gelatin.
They use like fruit pectins, and if there's something I know about fruit pectin, it ain't no hoof.
I like a good traditional hoof.
I'm with you on that. I know, our good friend Chef Pat from Hollabox.
Yeah.
He loves the fruit pectin version of the Haribo gummy bears better. I tried them. I like them. They are very good, but I'm a hoof man.
Yeah.
I'm a hoof man.
And it's like, man, they're like a whole horse gave his life for this bag of jelly beans.
Is it one whole horse per bag? Is it one horse per bag?
To be fair, it's probably not horses.
I thought
it's probably cows.
Yeah.
Damn it!
I didn't think it was.
I forgot cows had hooves.
I didn't think it was. They have moves. It wasn't. I don't think it's one horse per bag. I think your math is wrong. I think it's closer to 36 cows per bag.
Okay, yeah.
30, which is 36 times 4 to get your number on how many hooves.
It makes every jelly bean a little more valuable to me. Just a little bit incrementally more valuable.
I think the way that the gummy bears or the jelly bean, to me, the elasticity of the Haribo gummy bear when it has a hoof in it is taut and tight, much like a young woman's body. Whereas the fruit pectin Haribos are loose and balloony, like an old MILF who thinks she's still got it, failing.
So, John, I'm curious because you've spent more money than anybody.
Oh my
God!
The ice cream alone.
Tell EJ
That's a tax write-off.
You spent like $700.
So you can write this off.
You can write anything off.
So, how much money did you spend on this bit? Because I feel like the McDonald's
the
ice cream is probably the most expensive.
Yeah, the ice cream.
That's like $15 for the ice cream.
I feel like you spent like $48 on this bit.
Slip him a 50.
Well,
you'll get my invoice.
And so speaking of that, John, and we were asking you, I think in the email when you wanted to come in and do this, I think I may have asked you, like, is there an end goal? Do you want to get back into show business?
Yeah, man.
And what do you think, John?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, sure, if somebody else wanted to take this further, that'd be great. But it's just I came to town 20 years ago now.
Yeah.
To do TV, and I did that for about 3 years. And then I'm mostly working in video these days. Like I'll do stuff for theme park companies or magazines, like Edible Orlando magazine, which probably would disown all of this because they're big into like local farming, not caramel apple flavored breakfast cereal.
Yeah.
But and then I handle social media for Old Hearth Bread. Do you know them?
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
They got
Their
good
sourdough is fantastic. Winter Park Farmers Market every Saturday. But if somebody else was interested, my website is I bought it just in time to not be on TV anymore.
Please say it's only boners. 69.com.
That guy on TV.com.
Okay, that guy on TV. That's great.
And John, did you feel the rush of doing live?
What did it feel being in here with a couple?
Yeah, it's fun. Yeah,
it's Orlando's heavy hitters.
Did you feel it again back?
Yeah, it's both exciting and familiar.
Yeah.
So yeah,
because you're a better broadcaster than at least me. Maybe you're Daniel because
no,
old
he's
school traditional.
I can't be serious. You know that. I can't. I just said his website was onlyboner69.com. I don't even remember what I said. It was so stupid.
Well, thank you, John.
I'll be happy to say it again.
Man. Well done.
ThatGuyOnTV.com.
Yeah, thatguyontv.com. Check him out, and let's do it again sometime. Man.
Sounds good. I mean, there's going to be lots of stuff coming up for Christmas.
Oh, hell yeah.
Perfect. We'll do another Christmas version of this because this is like one thing. We need this and an animal segment.
You know what?
Well,
we did have kind of like Pat brought his lizards. They've crapped all over the couch.
If you're okay with this too, maybe we could, since it's us, but maybe we could put one more person like a BDM. Open it up and see maybe if we want a listener to come and try things. Give us one more person to make fun of.
And like I feel the food segment, the animal segment, and we need man on the street catching the mechanic that's stealing everybody's money.
You mean like action reporter?
Action reporter.
Sir.
Yeah. And I think
this BDM didn't need Freon.
we need someone to catch someone in the act, or at least knock on their door and they open it.
How do you feel about doing To Catch a Predator segments with our listeners? Because I know we got some.
Oh yeah, we know which ones.
Well, it's easy. Either easier than what old
it's the easiest catch.
Yeah, you just you're like Predator. You say, yeah, you got me.
Funny, you also brought candy, sir.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Well, John, thank you again. I appreciate it,
man.
Well, thanks for having me.
And we will see you next week.
Awesome. Are we at lunch now?
Yep, that's it.
Guys, we'll take a break and